Hello, friends. Welcome to the Epic Alchemy podcast, episode 10. I'm your host, Jill Davenport, and today I want to talk about being the future version of yourself right now. Let's get into it. But first of all, actually pause because this is episode 10. I want to celebrate with me. Uh, this is episode 10, which is kind of a milestone because they say in the they land that you shouldn't even tell people that you have a podcast until you're at episode 10 because most people don't make it that far. And then you tell people, and then your podcast falls off the cliff. So, yay, episode 10. They actually say that most people don't make it past episode 4. So we're way past that, folks. And yeah, I'm excited to be here on episode 10. And that is something that I'm going to high five myself for. And you know what? I love to do that as a celebration, just like a quick high five of myself. It's a way to celebrate and to really appreciate what I've done and something that I've done, even big or small. Like I don't need to, go out and buy something or whatever. Sometimes I do, but just like, just take a moment. Okay. You may take that for yourself and high five yourself from now on. And you know what it does? It rewires your brain. It rewires your brain to acknowledge what you've done and not keep looking for what you haven't done. So that's really helpful for momentum. Okay, so stepping into your future self that you want to be. And your future self that you want to be can only happen by you taking action, changing your thoughts, changing your beliefs today. Because you're going to keep putting it off, then that's not going to it's not going to come, right? Like, so we have to start doing our future now, like in the moment. Every moment counts. We can change in any moment, but also every moment is precious, right? Like we have this we have to start sometime. And if we keep putting off starting, then guess what? Like in a year, you're going to be in the exact same place or feeling the exact same, but actually worse because you're feeling the same. Another year has gone by. So, stepping into our future self, what do I mean by that? You probably have heard of this before, I'm guessing, but here's what I like to do is I like to create a character who is my future self. So I bring in some tricks from the acting world, from being an actor, and like method acting. Okay, so method acting is where you become the character, like you live and breathe, and like your whole, you don't like when you step off the set or you step off the stage, like you're still that character. You're really immersed in it. And there's definitely some, different schools of thought on whether that is the best thing. Like, there's definitely some really good method actors. I digress. Okay, this is really helpful for becoming your future self because you're starting to embody this version of you. So first you have to know what your future self is doing, what they think, because it's really about what we think, what we believe, what we think is possible for ourselves, what we think is normal for ourselves, what we put up with, what we tolerate. So when we change those things, our lives change, because we start taking different actions. We start taking actions differently. You can take the same action and have a different result if you take it differently, right? Like our feelings that we have about it, how we show up while we take that action, right? How consistently we do it. Okay. So I'm going to bring it into real world terms here, real examples. So my future self is someone who batches content, who does things ahead of time, who plans ahead. And this is not a person that I have been most of my life. Okay, I always am very spontaneous and, wanting to do something that's exciting and waiting till the last minute to do things. And my future self doesn't do that. And I got a taste of that. I've been working on that. And of course, it's not going to be perfect as you work on these things. So right now I am batching my my podcasts. This is a part of a batch that I'm doing right now. Because, well, that's just what my future self does, and it makes it easier to put out content regularly. It makes it easier to be in the mode and just like do it all at once. And I've aspired to batch for a long time, and it just doesn't, like, I haven't been in the devotion to it. So now I am in the devotion to it. It's not always going to be perfect, but I'm not letting a, a mishap throw me off. So my future self and who I'm becoming now is someone who batches and who creates their schedule and creates their marketing content and creates their events and everything like that way ahead of time, has plans, thinking quarterly, monthly, and then weekly, like knowing exactly what I'm going to put out and planning ahead like that. And I'm also changing my schedule up where it's like I'm doing more concentrated work on certain days and then having different days for different things. This is who she is. And it's very easy for me to fall back into my old self because I'm very used to being that person and going, oh, this is a, and having the same thoughts and having, having the thoughts that I've been rehearsing, that I've been practicing, that I've been thinking for many, many, many years, maybe my entire life. And so I am creating new thoughts and new beliefs about this is just my new normal. This is who I am now. And so, in order for me to do that, I have to connect with the version of myself that I want to be, because the automatic is my old self. And the new self requires me to practice, requires me to rehearse, requires me to embody, and that takes some consciousness, that takes some conscious work of going, okay, here's who I'm becoming, reminding myself of this and be like, no, that's who I am. So a thing that I love to do that I pulled from the acting world is use an anchor. So an anchor is something that you ascribe with a meaning, with some kind of power. Okay, and the power is that it is something that your character or your future self wears. And so when you put it on, you become this character of your future self. So it could be a necklace, it could be a shirt, it could be a bracelet, it could be anything. You can do some glasses. It could be anything that you can just say, here's when I put this on, I become this person. So you create this character of your future self. What are they doing? What do they do that is just part of how they live their lives that you want to embody now? And what do they not put up with? What do they what do they say no to? What do they say yes to? What do they value? What do they spend their time on? What do they not spend their time on? Which is kind of along the same lines, right? So you figure that out first so that you get a clear picture of this person. Who is you? Because you are wanting to do this. So there's something inside of you that's calling you to become this, right? So you put this energy into this thing. It could be a ring, anything really. And then when you put it on, you become this character, this person, this version of you. And then it reminds you that, say this watch, right? So it reminds you that you are being the person that you have created, right? That you're creating. So you might fall back into your old self. Of course, that's going to happen because you're so used to being you. And so this thing is just to remind you every time you see it oh yeah, I'm being this version of myself. That's right. I forgot. I forgot who I'm playing here. And then you be this character, you act like this character, you believe, you work on the beliefs that this character has, your future self, for long enough, you start to believe it and then you become it. So, what is the future version of yourself? I want you to think about that. What is your future self doing that is an up level that's creating more time, more energy, more joy, more money? What are they doing that's different than what you're doing now, that you'd like to do, that you think would be, wow, this would be revolutionary if I could do this thing, right? And it could be something so simple as batching. I mean, it's actually not that simple, but it is. The concept is simple, right? But if you're not used to doing it, then things are not, they don't feel simple because you're not used to doing it. So what is that thing, or what are the many things, or what are you saying yes to now that you know is draining your energy, and your future self doesn't say yes to that. Your future self says no and protects your energy or protects your time, saying yes to things that you really want to say no to, or saying no to things that you know if you say yes to, it will change your life. The things that we're scared to do, the things that we feel resistance to. And when you figure out how to do that in a way that works for you, and it's probably a different way than you're thinking what it's going to go like now, right? Because if we're resisting it, it's like, ugh. But if somebody's doing it and they're enjoying it, they're having fun with it, they're having success with it, then it's possible that that could work for you too. Who knows? That's for you to find out. And we do that by experimenting. So that's what I want to share with you about that. And I forgot to say at the beginning that I also want to answer a few questions, some FAQs about working with me as a coach, as your coach, and my program, because I know people have questions. You might be thinking, what if I don't know what I want? Uh, what if I want something different, but I don't know what I want? That's okay. I help people figure out what it is that they want. That's actually one of my skills is helping people figure out what they want. So if you just know you want something different, but you don't know what it is, I think you actually do know what it is. But I'm going to help you find it. So I think we always really know what it is, but we just have these blocks up that don't allow us to acknowledge it, to see it. So that's what I help with. Do I get in trouble if I don't do what you say? No. I'm not a disciplinarian. I'm not a mean teacher, or, I'm not going to say I'm disappointed in you. I help you get what you want. I help you do what you want. So we figure out what it is you want to do and how you want to get there. And then I help you do that. We figure out what's a way that works for you. And if you don't do what you say you want to do or what you plan to do, then we figure out why that is. We figure out where's the knot? Where do we need to untangle, not get in trouble and answer to me? And if you don't have this by then, none of that. It's it's very much, we figure out where it is, we untangle, we unblock so that it becomes easier and more fun. So there's no getting in trouble. I'm busy. Is it a lot of work? Well, just coming to the coaching sessions, just doing that one thing, showing up for the coaching sessions, your life will change. So even if you're busy, I have I have clients who are very, very, very busy right now, and they are showing up for their sessions, and it is helping them immensely with the busyness, with things that are going on. And sometimes we have very busy seasons and we can't do anything about it. Sometimes we can create more space and time in our life for more of what we want. Uh, and those are two different things, but it doesn't matter. We can either create space if there is space to be created, or create change while you're still very busy just by coming and showing up to the calls. Are you going to make me do things I don't want to do? I'm not going to make you do anything. You are going to do what you want to do, and I'm going to help you figure out what that is and what the best way. that works for you is. So we're going to create that together. I have ideas and I can definitely suggest things, but we're going to find a way that works for you. And I don't have ideas until I know you. We'd have to talk. But yeah, so there's no like disciplinary, there's no like make you do things you don't want to do. We're going to find ways that there's areas where you want to stretch. I'm going to support you in stretching there. And we're going to make it fun. And it's going to like, maybe it's the thing that you've been avoiding that you want to do, it will help you. And that actually, like, we're going to find a way where it's like, oh, wow, now this feels like it's healing. Now this feels like it's fun. I love transforming those things that are like blocks and that feel like resistance into just a whole nother experience. So I would say if you're curious and you want to talk about it, book a consult with me because that's the best way for us to get to know if it's a good fit or not. And I'd love to know what you're up to and what you want to do. And we can talk. It's a no strings attached consult. You don't have to sign up with me. I'm not going to pressure you. We're just going to go over where you are now, where you want to go, and how I can help you get there, how I can support you. So, book a consult and let's chat. And the link I'll put in the show notes. And yeah, I hope to meet you and I would love to help you accomplish your dreams. Okay, that's what I got for you today, and I will see you next time. Bye.